Okay, I'm filming this one at work today because I have a parent-teacher conference after school and Rykers homesick, so I don't know if I'll have time when I get home from work. So today I want to talk about triggers for Ryker and then also about how we calm him down. So it really depends on how big of a meltdown we're talking about. Generally, Ryker's not like a violent kid or a violent autistic kid. There are some kids that are violent. He's had his moments for sure where I had to physically hold him down because he was just completely losing it and throwing himself around, throwing fists and kicking and stuff like that. But in general, that's not normal for him. So things that usually set him off are literally just things, it's like he doesn't understand, and you can see it working up in him. For example, when there was snow outside, he couldn't get his gloves on and he couldn't figure out how to get them on. And he was getting so frustrated, and who was helping him was getting frustrated because he wasn't helping, he was working against it. And he just continued to get more and more frustrated and mad, and instead of trying to fix the problem or whatever, he started building up, and you could see the tears coming. And then from then on, it was just, it's like an amplified tantrum. So almost sometimes it's hyperventilated breathing when he's crying. Sometimes he's just pissed, like I said, and he's just kicking and throwing, stuff like that. It's definitely more things happen like that when we are outside of our home. So when we are home, he's in more of his comfort zone, and when we leave, some things happen that can really set him off. And it's just things that he doesn't understand, if that makes sense. So he doesn't understand why he has to share something, or he doesn't understand why he has to wait his turn, or he doesn't understand why people aren't getting what he's saying and why he's having to explain it to people. That's how it is. And calming him definitely depends on how much of a meltdown this is. So if it's a small meltdown, you can usually give him a little touch, on the shoulder, or rub his back, or give him a hug, and he'll calm himself down. But anything as far as explaining does not really help. When he's so worked up, he can't focus on what you're saying. So if it's a really intense meltdown, we ask him to just go by himself. Kind of just take some time away. And obviously this works way better at home because he can just go to his room by himself, which is a reason why we don't ever want our boys to share a room, because Ryker needs that place to go by himself. And he'll just go sit by himself. We'll give him maybe 5 minutes, and if he's not calmed down, I know it's gonna take some extra work. So say we do need some extra work, I'll go in there and rub him or ask him what's wrong, and I literally have to wait until he's all the way done crying before I can explain something. So if he's still super upset, I'll have to go into full-on little kid or baby mode, and I'll have to hold him and rub his back and rub his head and do all that until he is at least calmed down enough to where I can talk to him. If it's just a minor meltdown, sometimes he just needs eye contact, and to be okay, relax, this is what we'll do. But he gets so focused on wanting things to go his way that he'll interrupt and do all that sort of thing until he's all the way calmed down. We definitely, at home, it's a lot easier because there isn't other stimulants around. If we're out in public, those seem to be the worst meltdowns, which is kind of crabby. But the longest meltdown he ever had, I would say it probably lasted close to an hour. There's been a few like half an hour meltdowns. There's been a few like 20-minute meltdowns. There's been far and few between of, anything over an hour. But they're just over exaggerated tantrums is almost how I would explain them. I think I just calm him down the same as I would Levi. Just more sensitivity to me, if that makes sense. Like, I definitely try and be more sensitive to his feelings. And with the school, like, I have a meeting with this teacher before school starts every year. In kindergarten, he had a few meltdowns that I had to actually leave work and go to the school to help calm him down. But this year, so far, like, no issues. And I just explained the same kind of thing. Like, if you see him getting worked up, and before it's like a full-on meltdown, just give him a nice shoulder touch and be like, okay, it's okay, and try and like work it, because once he gets over that edge, I mean, sometimes if he's not in a comfortable place, like, it's gonna take a long time. But those are all things that we work on all the time, like how to calm down and how to like take a step back. So he's improving huge in that department. Yeah, so I guess you kind of just like feel out his mood and then go along with it. I don't know, I feel like it's probably different for every kid how you soothe them, but I definitely think that the meltdowns start with him feeling like people don't understand him. It's kind of what I've gathered from talking to him about it. So tomorrow I will talk about Levi and how he's incorporated in this, and how he handles it, what he understands, what he doesn't understand, their relationship as brothers. And yeah, so thanks again for watching.